This is the beginning of the Kazusa route, and even before the first scene of the Setsuna route, there has been a change.
Did you say an interview? At 10 o'clock on the 25th, the interviewer will be coming to our hotel. You said you weren't going to do that. I told you to keep award ceremonies and things like that to a minimum. I owe a lot to this person. On top of that, the interviewer happens to be around the area working on another job. I don't care about that. How inconsiderate could you be? I never thought I'd hear that from you, Mom. Not when you, all of a sudden, said, "We're going to Christmas Mass with the night train," just earlier. But we made that promise ages ago, didn't we? We said that you would go on a vacation this year. They hold Christmas Mass everywhere. So why did we have to come all the way to Strausberg for this? Well, just take my word for it and walk the city streets once. I'm sure your viewpoint will change. Jeez. Want a frozen mandarin? Where did you get your hands on that? By the way, what is it this time? I think it's about time we announced our plans for the tour next year. Would you sign off on it already? The deadline for renting the venue is closing in, you know. Why would I go to that place? That's one hell of a way to refer to the place we were born. There is a proper reason for it. This year, we've been a little all over Europe, so I'm thinking it's about time we advance to somewhere new. There's no reason to decide on Japan, is it? How about America? You're big in Japan right now. Amazingly so, in fact. Big, you say? Seems coming fourth place in Giovanni International Competition paid off. They see you as an idol back in Japan, you know? What is that supposed to mean? Give me a break. Thanks to that, the estimated profit for a concert has jumped to be twice the usual amount. There's just no way we can miss out on going to Japan right now. You money-grubbing pianist. I am your manager, after all. Don't you think it's about time? It's been 5 whole years. Don't spout nonsense all of a sudden. I just think it's too bothersome. I never said I don't want to go back. You know, I want to spend my final days in a country I was born in. Knowing you, you've probably got another 100 years to go. And when that time comes, I don't want to die alone because my daughter refuses to come home. I just said you'll live longer than me, didn't I? Give me an answer when we're back from this trip. If you still insist on saying no, I'll give up. After leaving me behind in Japan for 3 years, you asked if I wanted to go to Europe out of nowhere. And now you suddenly want to go back with me? You realize that now? For how long have you been my daughter, Kazusa?
And then everyone arrives in Strasbourg.
Well, where are you now?
About that, I just ran into Helene. You remember Helene? From Paris last year.
I don't care about that. I'm asking you where you are right now, Mom.
So, listen, Kazusa. We were together until we got off the water bus, right? By total coincidence, she was actually sitting right behind us all along.
So, what you're saying is you ran into an old acquaintance by chance, so you forgot all about your own daughter just to rekindle an old friendship?
Well, I suppose you could put it that way.
I knew I should have just slept in the hotel until the Christmas Mass. You just had to drag me along to go sightseeing. And in the snow, no less.
There's still 2 hours remaining. You can catch a nap if you want.
That's not the issue at all. You had your phone off. How long do you think I was out looking for you?
Well, in any case, that's what happened. So it'll take a bit more time for us to meet up. I'll introduce you to Helene during the Christmas Mass.
So, where are we meeting up?
It don't be a bother to go all the way back to the hotel from here. So let's meet in front of the cathedral at 11 o'clock.
I've got a feeling I'll have a harder time finding you there than by the statue of Hachiko.
Don't worry, we have phones. Anyway, see you there.
Yeah, then go ahead and check in the hotel. Is that Japanese? All right then. Do you know how to get there? Huh? Good luck.
Kazusa watches Haruki talk on the phone and get into a cab.
Follow that car!
Nee.
Bitte folgen Sie dem Wagen.
Huh? No way. He's not here. But I'm certain he went.
Ça va, mademoiselle?
Ja, alles in Ordnung.
Sieht aber nichts aus. Sag mal her.
Alles in Ordnung. Es ist wirklich alles in Ordnung.
Oh, das geht nicht. Schau mal her. Schau, der Absatz ist abgebrochen. So kann man nicht richtig rauchen. Ich stette dich. Wo ist denn dein Hotel? Oder ist Krankenhaus? Das wäre gleich in der Nähe.
Es geht schon.
Hey, was hast du vor?
So kann ich laufen.
Lass das! Es schneit! Das ist Wahnsinn bei Fußfrauen.
Danke. Sie haben mir sehr geholfen.
Was ist, wenn der Knecht verlässt ist? Komm zurück!
Haruki!
Then Kazusa is spotted by Haruki and they go back to her hotel room.
Come on! I was waiting for you with Helene all this time.
Nothing I could do. I hurt my foot.
Then why didn't you contact me the moment you got hurt? I could have called an ambulance for you. Or perhaps a helicopter.
That's why you always take things out of proportion.
But still...
Anyway, that's how it is, so I can't attend the Christmas Mass. Apologize to the person with you for me.
Should I return to the hotel?
No need. There's no point in having you around, Mom.
You've got a lot of guts saying that to your mother. So, it's almost certain I'll be of no use.
Well, I'm hanging up then.
But No?
Not really.
Oh dear. My daughter is a stoic. I'm amazed you can play the piano with such emotion when this is what you're like.
That's just something I inherited.
But if my blood was so influential, you wouldn't be such an obsessive woman.
Anyway, have fun in my stead. Also, don't call me during Christmas Mass. That would just be rude.
Later on, Kazusa asks Haruki about how things are going between Haruki and Setsuna.
We started dating right before our 4th year of university, I think. So, we're in our 2nd year of dating. I don't know if my answer is what Kazusa was after, but no matter what I answer, I'm sure it won't be what Kazusa wants to hear. And no matter what I answer, it won't be something I want to talk about. In the end, it's something pointless to talk about for both of us. You took your sweet time.
Well, a lot happened.
A lot, huh?
I'm sure that this a lot includes Kazusa herself in Kazusa's mind. I wonder if she's aware of the impact she's had on Mai and Setsuna's many detours, and the powerful bond that grew because of it. The next day after the interview, while Kazusa and Yoko are on their way home.
You could have just stayed behind, Mom. You had a lot to talk about with your friends, didn't you? I can't let my injured daughter go home by herself. I have to fulfill my role as mother at least a little bit. Sorry. About what? For saying those terrible things during the interview. I don't mind. It was clear as day that you were really excited back then, Kazusa. It's precisely things like this that makes you a failure as a mother. You can cry if you want, you know? No one else is watching right now. Want a frozen mandarin? Tell me, did you really not know that he would be the one coming? This time alone, I actually didn't. I see. The reason I hid the Japanese interview from you was because you were against a concert in Japan. I had no idea he was an employee of Kyosha. It wasn't one of your games. Perhaps it's a twist of fate. To think you'd see each other again, not in Tokyo, not in Vienna, but in Strausberg. Should a daughter really be glaring at her mother like that? I don't intend to believe in fate or miracles. If I do, I'll have to believe in omens and curses too. I believe in them all. That's precisely why you were born. I'm going to sleep. So be it. Are you awake? What do you want? I told you before we came here, didn't I? I said, give me an answer when we're back from this trip. About the Japanese concert. Your triumphant return to Japan after 5 years. I'll send a refusal this time. We'll let some time pass and consider it some other time. I won't badger you about it anymore. So, relax. Let's do it when you've set all your emotions in order. What's that supposed to mean? I told you before that I don't hate Japan. I thought that it was finally about time. It's been 5 years after all, so I thought you might have gotten over it by now. What? But how should I put this? It seems I underestimated your inability to give up. There's no guarantee that you can play a good concert if we return now. You've known that unconsciously all this time. That's how it is. So, let's plan a new schedule once we're home. Let's forget about any concert in Japan. I'll do it. Kazusa, I'll go to Japan. We'll go with the original plan. But with the way things are now, I'm against it. You've made a bunch of arrangements already, haven't you? Will you carry on or cancel it all? Try seeing it from the perspective of a manager. We won't go bankrupt? Then it's decided. I'll do my best for the continued existence of Toma Yoko office. Kazusa? Is that all you wanted to say? I'm going to sleep then. Are you sure? I've told you from the start that I'm not against it. A cruel reality might be waiting for you there. After all, he is. I know. But then I'll go, regardless. I'll play the piano. Why? He told me to let him hear it. He said he wanted to listen to me play the piano. In that case, I'll have to play a song containing my blessings.
They leave Strausberg. New Year's comes and goes. And Haruki confesses to Setsuna about the interview with Kazusa. But he leaves out the little detail about meeting up with Kazusa on the day before. I'm sorry, Setsuna. I'm really sorry. After all, Setsuna is shocked enough as it is. She's feeling the pain of my betrayal. There is no need to delve any further. It's nothing she'll forgive just because I tell her regardless. Time passes. Kazusa does return to Japan, and the media does what it does. Kazusa has her incident with the reporter. And now...
Oh my, welcome back. You seem to be in a good mood for the first time in a while. What happened? What's with the long face? Why would you spew such pointless things? Huh? What are you talking about? About Haruki calling me an idiot daughter, timid, homesick, and whatnot. So you were aware. I can't hear you. How about you speak your excuses more loudly? You have a big mouth for a tanuki. You're the tanuki, spewing nothing but lies. He bought all of it, you know? And exclusive coverage to top things off? You can't be serious. I wouldn't let the mass media follow me around, and certainly not Haruki. Truth is, Kazusa, I'm going to become a bit busy from now on. It's about your concert and our activities after it. What about it? I will be unable to follow you around for a while. That's why you need someone to take care of you. Don't tell me. That's what you told him? Oh, I suppose it'll be alright actually. But if something were to come up, that's not necessary. I can take care of myself. If you were to, for example, get into a fight with a journalist or lose something of value on the streets, we need someone to lend you a hand for unlikely events such as that. But then anyone would do. wouldn't it? You could hire a temporary manager during our time in Japan? If my daughter was cooperative enough for anyone to suffice, I would have done that, wouldn't you say? The fact that you went completely silent at that statement is partially my own responsibility, though. In any case, I don't need anything like that. Turn it down. Where are you going? What about breakfast? Practice. I can't stand being around you. Right. One more thing. What is it? You'll check out tomorrow, so could you gather all your luggage before you go to sleep tonight? I'm sure it's scattered all over the place right now. Why? Because you're a real nuisance to the hotel. We can't have them house a person who always starts arguments. Then, where will I go? The media will catch my scent immediately anyway. Somewhere very convenient and pleasant. And a place that will protect you from a lot of crises. I'm sure you'll like it. Like I said, where is it? What did you just say? I expected you to react loudly, but it's refreshing to see a reaction that even exceeds my expectations. You can't be serious! It goes without saying that I'm very serious. What are you thinking? His apartment? Oh, I'm sorry for bursting your bubble when you're so excited, but it's not exactly his apartment. What have you done? Didn't I tell you? It's somewhere very convenient and pleasant. That applies to the convenience of his job as well. Mom, what are you thinking? There's something wrong with you. You're the one there's something wrong with. Why are you getting so worked up about living next to someone? It's not like you're going to live together. Because that's... You know already, don't you? Know what? In fact, you probably knew and you're just making fun of me, aren't you? If that's what you believe, then don't ask for my agreement, because my answer isn't what you'll want to hear. Oh, stop it, Mom. Think about others for a change. Think about the people important to me. Kazusa, this isn't just an issue of my own feelings anymore. I can't be allowed to get close to him. Even though you called him to pick you up, I won't do that again. I won't ever do it again. I believe this is the 5th time I've heard you say that. And each time you say it, you only wear yourself out more. What a handful. Do you know what's the most important thing for me right now? It's for your concert here in Japan to succeed. Mom, that's why, for the time being, I have chosen a place where your heart can be at ease. That's not true. Even if that solution is nothing but a short-lasting drug. At any rate, it's only for your stay in Japan. Once the concert is over, then what about the side effects? I understand. If you truly wish to say no, you can stay here. However, you can also use that apartment whenever you want. I'm not going. After all, I've already signed the contract for it. You can move in starting tomorrow, you know? I just said I'm not going. What about your practice? I'll go do that. Then go. Don't forget to bring some soba when meeting your new neighbors, okay? I'm not going there. You hear me? I'm not going there. You hear me? Yes, yes.
Haruki recovers after Kazusa spent the night. He didn't get much sleep because he was just watching her. Bit creepy. Anyway, he decides not to tell Setsuna about Kazusa coming over. After thinking about it thoroughly, I press the call button. I can't be sure if I'll get an answer on a Sunday afternoon, and unless it's about something urgent, it's something of a breach of manners. After all, what my call consists of is...
Kinohara, what's the matter? Did something happen?
I'm sorry for calling you on the weekend, Hamada-san. Work talk on a weekend.
Are you at work right now?
No, I'm at home, and nothing bad's happened either.
Is that so? I'm actually in the middle of a barbecue right now. All my family around my age have gathered.
I'm sorry, I'll call you back.
No, I don't mind if it's short. What is it?
Yes, I promised not to call Setsuna. I was supposed to give you this answered by the end of the week.
Oh, that? If you're calling me about it in a weekend, does that mean I can expect a favorable answer?
That's why I'll make the decision myself. I'll take on all the responsibility. I'll do it. Please, put me in charge of Tomo Kazusa's special feature article. The moment I hung up the call, all my strength left my body, causing me to collapse on the bed. Is it because the source of my anguish was cleared up? Did a switch inside me go off? Am I just annoyed at myself for actually doing it? Yes, I actually did it. I actually accepted spending over a month with Kazusa. Like that, I have only planted another ticking time bomb. But somehow I feel nothing but a strange sense of peacefulness. I land on the bed and take a deep breath. And then I am once again submerged in Kazusa's scent. Normally, this bed has Setsuna's scent on the weekends. But today, good night. I wonder who I directed that to. That's not it. That's not it. The only reason I can't fall asleep is because I slept too much last night. It's because Mom said those things. Being homesick. That's not it. After all, I have nowhere to return to anymore. More time passes. Kazusa moves in next to Haruki. Haruki gets her a costume, helps look after her, and then Kazusa doesn't let Haruki listen to her practice. Of course I can't show you now, Haruki. After all, showing you the absolute best of Tomo Kazusa is the reason I came back to Japan. Time continues on. Haruki and Kazusa keep living together, and Haruki decides not to go to Setsuna's concert. But at the concert...
It's over.
Good work. You're more tense than the person actually singing, as usual, I see.
But It's been a whole year, you know? A whole year! That was the best!
To think such an overzealous fan would have her sights on her? Poor Yukina.
Hey! Are the people in the entertainment industry here?
I did see a few of them, but I can't find them right away. How about you go look for them yourself?
You're so cold, Master. I was all over the place advertising the live show today.
You didn't need to do that. Just by putting Yukina in the advertisements is more than enough to fill the whole venue.
She's this popular, yet she has no interest of getting somewhere in the industry at all.
She's a normal girl once she gets off the stage. Not to say that she's not extraordinarily cute. Did you find someone from the industry?
It's the neighbor.
Your neighbor? Then go greet them.
No, Setsuna's neighbor. Actually, more like an acquaintance of an acquaintance.
Which one is it?
That girl with the hat and glasses. Look, the one standing in the far back.
Model?
You think so too? Her style and that face?
Doesn't it look like she's in disguise? Her getup has an air of wanting to avoid attention.
I see. That's one way of looking at it. Does that mean she's one of those famous industry people? What's the matter, Master? You look perplexed.
No, it feels like I've seen her before after all. And recently at that. Will you go meet her?
No, I'm fine. She might be a part of the industry, but she doesn't look like someone here to recruit Setsuna.
I suppose so. I'd imagine a girl like her is the one being recruited usually.
If anything, we're supposed to look for people who look like producers. You don't think Ogata Eiji might be here?
You have a lot of guts name-dropping such a bigwig.
But that's how much ability Setsuna has. It's a crime to let her talent go to waste.
But if she herself isn't shining with passion, she can't rise in a relentless world like this.
Even then, Setsuna has something special about her. Something fate-like, unrelated to her own feelings.
You mean like being zeroed in by an overzealous fan like you?
That's not everything. She's been legendary since she debuted. Don't you know about the Hojo High School Festival 5 years ago?
Of course I know. You've told me about it countless times.
It was an impromptu 3-person band, yet people crowded even outside the gymnasium.
Not to mention that the keyboardist is now a world-famous pianist.
Yeah! Toma Kazusa! Thinking about it now, it's almost like a miracle.
Speaking of Toma Kazusa, she's back in Japan now. Isn't her first Japanese concert next week? She's Yukina's friend, so couldn't you pull a few strings to get some tickets?
Toma Kazusa.
What's the matter, Tomo? You look like you've seen a ghost. Tomo?
Master, where did that person earlier go? You know, that girl I called the neighbor?
If you're talking about her, she just left. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I guess Haruki showing up in Strausberg was a surprise for the Toumas. I initially thought that Yoko had planned all that. Also, I wonder if Tomo will try to get Kazusa a gig with all the insider contacts she has. I bet that could really boost both of their careers.